So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do something a little different. This is reacting to Joey Diaz.
Thank you very much for listening. I know for a fact that for some people, 60% of people listen to this podcast are probably jumping up and down right now. They won't even listen to this podcast by Monday. But there's a lot of people, 40% of you, that need this podcast. This time of the year isn't the best time of the year for everybody, and I get it. I have a family, I have a wife, I have a kid, I have dear friends, but it seems like you're missing something when you're not around your family or a family member's gone. It doesn't feel like Christmas anymore, but it still is.
I know exactly how that feels because when I was in college in California, I had no friends, no family around, and I had a roommate, but he didn't invite me to Christmas. So basically, it was just me in this apartment by myself. And I remember when my roommate came back after the Christmas holiday and he goes, "Hey, what'd you do for Christmas? How was your Christmas?" It's like, dude, I sat in this apartment by myself, didn't do nothing. And I was like, I assumed you would have invited me because I didn't talk to you about going anywhere. And he goes, "Well, dude, you should have asked." Well, I'm not the kind of person to ask, because I think when you ask, "Hey, could I come to your house for Christmas or Thanksgiving?" you're implying like, hey, you're kind of forcing your way in. I think if somebody knows that you're living with them and you don't have family around because your family's out of state or out of town or they're dead, they should look at you and go, "Well, yeah, Billy, would you want to come and hang out with my mom and dad and family for the holidays?" Because
It still is. Last week I did the one-man show at the Comedy Store, and I covered a certain time in my life from 93 to 95. And I'll never forget Christmas in 94. Christmas in 94 will always stick with me forever for 1,000 reasons. I made something out of nothing. I woke up with $3 in my pocket and stole a Christmas tree and got $180 cash and got Chinese food and stole a bike and made Jackie, my first sibling. That was the last time we saw each other, but I still remember her leaving that night and me feeling like death. I remember putting up the decorations with duct tape. I didn't even have money to buy like Christmas tape. I had that little stuff you put around your apartment, I don't know, the glitter stuff. I put it up with duct tape. And I got Chinese food delivered because it's the only people that are open on Christmas Day. And we had a nice day together.
it's so crazy how many people actually go to Chinese food all the time on Christmas. I didn't realize that was a thing people did. They went out to Chinese and ate the Chinese food and actually enjoyed the Chinese food. I was like, really? People just do that? And they're like, yeah, there's a lot of people that don't celebrate Christmas and they don't want to make a dinner. So the Chinese people who maybe are not celebrating it, they open up the restaurant so people like you or I can go eat.
I had 1,000 gifts for her and a bike and this and that and this. And I remember her leaving and me breaking down like I usually did. And it was Christmas, so there was nowhere to go do comedy or anything. And for a minute there, I'm not saying I felt suicidal, but I just didn't feel good. That you don't feel that day that you don't. Christmas Day, some people get up, man, and it's not Christmas Day for them.
I can imagine, especially after growing up as a kid and having presents under the tree, and because Hanukkah's a whole week, it's a little different.
It's not Christmas Day, for some people, and I'm really sorry you feel this way. It's something that the holidays kind of bring them down.
Listening to this, people gotta realize that you're not the only one struggling. There's a lot of people out there that struggle every single day. And the thing is, when people actually hear like celebrities or their favorite comedian or podcaster or whatever is going through the same things, they go, "Oh, I thought I was the only loser not getting a gift. I was the only loser that didn't go out on Thanksgiving."
No. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this and why you feel this way. And it was so weird that night when she left with her mother. I sat there and I was just looking around. I was probably getting ready to make the call to get a package. You might the go thing when things got bad. A package would make it feel better. And somewhere along that, I remember looking at this little apartment, maybe the size of this office, and going, what do I feel bad about? I think I was getting dressed to head to a party or something like that. Somebody had invited me over to a Christmas party, because you're never really alone on Christmas unless you really want to be. Somebody always reaches out and says, hey man, you want to stop by, and as bad as you feel.
That's where he's kind of wrong. Like I said, where I lived, like my family was like at least 8 hours away, the closest family. Then my immediate family was all the way across the country. I was in California, they were in Florida. And I didn't have airplane tickets. If I had airplane money, I would have bounced out of California so quick it wasn't even funny. But I didn't have the money, and I didn't have a way to the airport. And you're talking 2008, 2009. People didn't have Uber. There was no Uber, and you're not taking a taxi from where I was to the airport was like an hour and a half. I think probably like an hour maybe. And taking a taxi that far, woo, that's a lot of money, baby.
As bad as you feel, you stop and you get a bottle and you get an apple pie or whatever. Once you get to that place, something about that place, you'll see the magic of Christmas. And the magic of Christmas, I was talking to somebody on the phone yesterday, and I go, listen, what are you going to do for Christmas? They said, I don't know yet. I go, what are you going to do? You going to sit by yourself? I go, swing. If there's a problem, swing by. I go, you have no idea what a hug from a 6-year-old will do for you. It'll change your whole perspective on Christmas. Like for some people, it's just hitting a table and going, looking up and looking at strangers. You ever been in that position on a Christmas day where you pop your head up and you're looking at all strangers and you ask yourself, how did I even get here? Well, the universe took care of you. Again, the universe takes care of you as much as you don't think it's taking care of you. The universe is taking care of you. I've been, you know what Christmas is on the road, Lee? Do you know what it's like to go out on the road and Christmas wall is on a Thursday?
I heard once Shaq, because he used to play basketball, and when he would play usually on Thanksgiving. I guess he had basketball games or whatever, and he said it was very weird. He would have a turkey sandwich with a bag of chips. That's what he had. And he's like, I can't celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving with his family because his family wasn't there. Because not every time you're on the road traveling as an athlete or a musician, you're taking your wife, your kids out with you. So he said that. He goes, it's tough. It's tough when you're away from your loved ones on the holiday that you're supposed to be seeing your family. And it sucks for the people that actually have to work on these holidays. They have to go to their job and they have to go there for no apparent reason. If it's like a warehouse job or whatever, you're like, why are you having people work on this damn holiday? Or this time that you're depressed. Why? And they'll go, well, we need to keep production going. I think that's bullshit to make people work on that kind of a holiday. I can understand like a holiday like Valentine's. And you got to think about a lot of people last year didn't have money. They were struggling hard. And I had to work on Thanksgiving. Last year I didn't have a Thanksgiving. And you go, why? It goes, because I work now.
And you're in Ohio, so you do Tuesday and Wednesday. And Christmas Day, you pretty much stay in your room and watch the Parade of Roses. There's no budget for you to fly to see mom or to see your brothers, nothing. So it's one of those Christmases where you're by yourself. I did 4 or 5 of those on the road, where you're there. You're in Fucknut, Indiana. It's you and the headliner on Christmas Day. And he's got a friend in town. And it's you in this apartment. And you're sitting there going, Jesus, what has my life become, you know? And all of a sudden something stops and says, wait a second. You're doing what you would wanted to do. This is part of the bargain. So you get up off the couch, you go down to the nearest Walmart that's open till 1. There's a bunch of old senior citizens. They're 3 days away from the grave. And you look at their faces and they're happy to see you and they're welcoming you. And you go in, you buy a $1 Christmas tree, you buy a bunch of treats, you go back to the house and you watch Christmas programming and you eat your little snacks and you smoke your couple of joints and you take a couple sips of your beer. And it wasn't all that bad. Just by stepping out of the house and making you see some guy that's got 3 days left on his life saying Merry Christmas to you, that does something to you.
And I'll definitely say what he's saying, like when you go to Walmart or you go to grocery store and you have those people ringing the little bells, right? They could be like 75, 80-year-olds, and all it takes literally is somebody to give you a hug, somebody to say Merry Christmas, or even if it's not Christmas time, they say, hey dude, you're doing good, I'm proud of you. Like, it really makes people feel good when you say, hey, have a good day, have a good time, or you're kicking ass at work, or you're kicking ass in the gym, I'm proud of you. Sometimes just telling somebody you're proud of them will motivate them to bust their ass even more.
One rule for tomorrow today is, I don't want you to be alone. You spent some time with Uncle Joey, get out of the house. Somebody invited you somewhere. Even if it was just to watch a game. Because you never know what could happen when you're watching a game, whatever's there. A football game tomorrow, there's got to be something. A college bowl game. I think the Lakers are playing, the Clippers. There's something going on, you know. Do not be alone. But back to 94, I'm sitting there, I'm crying, and all of a sudden, something happened that made me open my calendar. I don't know what it was, to see what I had the week ahead. I've always had a calendar. And I remember having like 3 spots that week, having like 3 real spots, like 2 guest sets of clubs and like 1 paid gig. And it all swirled at me then that I was grateful. I had never been grateful before. You have no idea how being grateful on Christmas Day makes you feel.
Again, sometimes all you need, again, is somebody to give you an opportunity or somebody to give you a hug. Let's say you're struggling financially. Sometimes all you need is somebody to say, hey, why don't you do this? I can help you do that. Or, hey, I got a job opening for this kind of work. If you're willing to do it, I can get you a job. Even if it's not good, like the greatest paying, they can help you. And sometimes all you need is that somebody to open the door, and then you could progress the rest of your life. Because sometimes that's all it is. It's not a handout. Sometimes that's all you need is someone to say, hey, I like what you're doing. Would you want to do this? Because there was a dude at my job. He goes, do you like working in the warehouse? And I was like, no, I've been here for 6 years. He goes, why don't you join our team, which is the truck driving team? We do this, we deliver this, we do this. It's about $4 more than you're making now. He goes, I can help you sign up. He goes, it would be the best thing for you. He goes, I know you're a hard-working mother fudger. You're always in here working your ass off. And he goes, dude, I see it. I used to be in your footsteps. You're not making a lot of money. You're not doing a lot in life. You need to do this to progress. And I was like, what's the dude talking about? And then I realized, oh, that dude's smart. He was trying to just tell me I should go this way instead of be going that way.
And you really have to think about what you do have. You know, there's a guy that's part of the church family since day one. I met him through Rogan. And I don't know if he knows this. He inspires me. Hold on. Yo, Mercy, you want to crinkle that paper a little more?
What?
You want to crinkle that paper a little more? All right, then. Jesus Christ, yo, I'm over here trying to do a podcast.
Ladies, look at me. Now look at your man. Now look back at me. Now look at your man.
And you're over there crinkling papers and stuff. So I got to deal with. This is what happens when you don't have school and you got to drag your daughter with you. But I don't mind. I'm going to have her with me all day. I'm going to take her to a couple places. Get her out of the house. Give the mom a breather. because if not, she'll torment her mom. At some point, I got to get her to the park to do 1,000 little zip recruiter things and go back and forth on the monkey bars. If not, she'll be jumping up and down all night. Tonight's a bad energy day. But in the middle of all this, once I became grateful, Christmas has changed. You know, Joey and I and Lee were talking about mindsets. When you do things you don't want to do, it all changes depending on how you go into it. Listen, going to the gym sucks. You go into it, next thing you know, you look at the clock, you're halfway there. Next thing you know, you look at the clock and the guy's going, all right, we got our 8 last minutes. Let's turn up the heat a little bit. And you're out of there. And you were like, what was so bad about that?
He's not wrong, because sometimes in life you got to do things you don't want to do to progress your life. Like he said, oh, going to the gym isn't fun. I go to the gym every day. So some people don't like going to the gym. I love the gym. It's a way to clear my mental health, clear all that kind of shit, right? But Joey's not wrong, though. There's a lot of things in this. They say, what is it? You will only grow in this world. You will only grow in this world in times of struggle. You will never grow in this world when you're succeeding, because you might have a year through life. Oh, my world's going good, baby. I'm rocking and rolling, and then you have a struggle. Like I said, I'm currently having one right now. That when you start hitting that plateau and you start going, you're like, oh, I should have done this years ago. I should have done this 6 months ago. I wouldn't have been in this financial mess.
No, it's getting yourself there. I don't even know how we got on the topic.
You were saying something about someone from Rogan.
For what?
Someone from Rogan, someone you met through Rogan inspires you?
Yeah, and his name is Kern Michael. Michael Kern Michael. I met Michael Kern at a Rogan concert, and this kid's in a wheelchair. I don't know what his condition is or whatever. God bless him. The guy doesn't give up.
You see he's walking now?
Yeah, he's fucking walking. You think the guy's not grateful? So next time you're sitting there in pity of yourself because you lost your job, your girlfriend dumped you, she got pregnant by a different Puerto Rican. You know what? Go look up Kern Michael's page and see if there's any pity in his page. See if there's once has there been pity on his fucking page. See if there's a picture of him all mangled up. No. It's pictures of him walking. It's pictures of him with no shirt on. Then he shows up to shows with bitches. For all you motherfuckers that are waiting for the next coming of life, this guy's in the wheelchair getting his dead dick sucked. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, you think about it. You really have to look at somebody like Kern Michael to really appreciate life and go, what am I doing with my life? This guy is in a wheelchair, and he's walking around like Jesus. Remember when Jesus was hitting those people in the head, and they started walking? So I look at that guy there, and I go, what am I doing with my life? I got to go make people laugh, and I'm depressed. I got to go make people laugh, and I have anxiety. I'm scared. I mean, you have to.
And it's not wrong that Joey has anxiety, right? There's a lot of people that have social anxiety or just anxiety in general. There's people that are doing stuff that is successfully paying them like 60 grand a year or 70 grand a year, and they're miserable. There's people that are making $12.50 right now, and they're like the happiest person on the planet. They wish they were making that $60,000-$70,000 a year, but they're depressed about it because they're like, man, I'm doing what I love in life, but it doesn't pay.
While you're sitting there falling in pity for yourself on Christmas, there's somebody else that's in a tent.
Yeah.
There's somebody else that's in a shelter. There's somebody else that's under observation for psychiatric reasons, for whatever it may be. And here you are sitting in your apartment watching the Rose Bowl parade, like, you know, thinking about pulling a Chris Cornell. No. Look at it from a different angle. Look at it from how grateful you are to have what you have. Your mother might be an alkie, but guess what? At least you got a mother. You don't see me going to my mother's house. So whatever you might be thinking that Joey's going to Bert Kreischer's or Tom Segura's and they're going to be jumping up and down, you got your mother. I don't have a mother. So we all have our little personal Vietnams. But from December 23rd to January 6th, they all go away. Listen, what are they going to do? Put you in debtor's prison? What are they going to do? Put you in jail because they're going to evict you? They can't. Listen, be grateful for what you have.
And to be honest, Joey was not wrong there. He said we should all be grateful for what we have. And as humans, we don't look at it that way. We don't look at we have a roof over our head. I have a microphone, a camera. Some people don't even have a microphone or a camera or a computer they can make videos with, right? Some people in life have nothing. Some people in life have they have nothing. Look at all the homeless people. But Joey's not wrong where there's a lot of points where people are depressed for certain things. Financially, some people are sad because they don't have people on holidays, because we just had Valentine's Day, and there's a lot of dudes that were typing on like social media, F this holiday sucks. But I guarantee you, if all those people had a female in their life, they would like the holiday. They'd be like, yeah, I'm going out with my girl, I'm going out to dinner with my significant other. It's just the way it is. But if you like content like this, like I said, I wanted to react to this because it's a deep conversation, and basically that's what it is. Just Joey just speaking his mind about depression and sadness and loneliness. Hit me back with a comment down below, because like I said, it really touches a lot of things, and when you hear it, you're like, makes a lot of sense. So as always, it's your boy back with